Welcome, welcome, welcome to this June 3rd, 2025 YouTube live stream. Coming to you from the war room, straight from the underground. I'm your host, Justin Mack with McDermott Media here in the Freedom Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member of the Team One Army here at Freedom News Now. Help show your support to the live stream, to the show, to the podcast. We got another big show for you today. Another big show. First, I want to let you all know I'm thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you joining us here on these YouTube live streams. I salute all you freedom fighters. I salute all you patriots standing on the right side of history. Stand up, stand by. Let's dive right into it. We got white George Floyd out in the UK. Talk about Henry Nowak. Massive protests in the UK over Henry Nowak. As police failed to render aid, failed to assist. Instead, they assisted his attacker, the foreigner, the Indian sheik. We're also talking that's part of the two-tiered justice system. Plus 60 Minutes hack fired. 60 Minutes hack Scott Pelley got fired from CBS. Breaking news. Silver Dog, welcome. Let's talk about the white George Floyd. 2 arrests as 11 officers injured in the Henry Nowak protests. Henry Nowak's murder has ignited a national row. White nationalists rising up, protesting in the UK. UK teen Henry Nowak's murder fuels protests is the far right. Politicians claim a response show to two-tier policing, two-tier justice. Hundreds of protesters clashed with law enforcement in southern England, angry over the murder of 18-year-old Henry Nowak and the way he was treated by the police. Mistreated. Right-wing activists, mostly white Christian natives of the UK, joined the protest. A British anti-immigration, anti-illegal alien campaign. Nowak was an 18-year-old university student. He was stabbed 5 times by Vikram Digwa, an Indian sheik immigrant in the UK. Digwa was actually convicted of murder last week and sentenced to life in prison. That doesn't bring back Henry Nowak. Now we need accountability on these police officers who failed Henry. who are failing the UK. Police body cam video shows officers handcuffing Nowak as he lay dying, bleeding out on the ground. He can be heard yelling. He can be heard telling them that he'd been stabbed, but they didn't believe him. Cops didn't believe him. Believed the perpetrator, saying he was a racist because he was a white man. Digwa, the Indian invader, claimed he was the victim of racist abuse that led to the deadly encounter, though the court determined that he had lied about it. Nowak's father called his son's treatment by police inhumane and degrading. Yeah, it was. It's much the same in America. There's not much difference in America with the policing in America. It's the same way. You'll get arrested if you call and report illegals at 7-Eleven, at Kroger, flooding your stores. You calling on corporate America, selling out the American citizen, the white Christian, aiding in the replacement of the white Christian. The police will show up and arrest you, the white Christian. And it's not just about Christians anymore. It's about them showing up and arresting the white Native Americans so you can be replaced by these foreigners from Venezuela, from India. Now you got people burning the Indian flag. People were actually burning the Indian flag in Texas, Frisco, Texas, recently. They're so fed up with the Indian invasion in Texas. It's real close in Michigan. Many feel that way. So with Henry Nowak, with his final words, he told him he could not breathe. He told him he'd been stabbed. Told the officer he couldn't breathe 9 times. He can't breathe. Police officer said he didn't believe him. I don't believe you, mate, he says, as he bleeds out. It's Henry Nowak. Say his name, Henry Nowak. Say his name, Henry Nowak. The emotion boiled over during the protest. One group of protesters clashed with riot police, hurling rocks and flares near the scene of the killing, shouting, "I can't breathe." Wow. One of the movement leaders claimed two-tier policing, that ethnic minorities are getting better treatment than white people. It's just like America. That's the way America is right now. Ethnic minorities, particularly the illegal alien, the illegal immigrant. Jackson, Michigan's completely unrecognizable. It's been turned upside down as a result. The white American, let's just face it, it's not just Christianity anymore. It's if you're white, it's a war against whites. Not just in the UK, it's in America. It's in Jackson, Michigan, in Michigan, where we've been fully invaded by thousands, millions of foreigners. Non-white foreigners. They're there to replace you. If you haven't been a victim of it already, just wait. Go out and touch grass. You'll find out real quick. Police will point the finger at you. Look how many videos I've got. I've got how many dozens of videos where police attack me, the white man, for recording and documenting all this violent crime in the black communities, in the ghetto, in the hood. Police want to attack the white man, and then police go tell all these black hood members, gang members, my information. I'd go out and try to record and gather a story A journalist out in the hood, the most dangerous streets, top 10 most dangerous streets in America, Jackson, Michigan. And it's only gotten worse with the invasion of thousands, tens of thousands more foreigners from Somalia, from the Congo, from Venezuela, from India. And the police, they want to weaponize the gang members, the blacks, the foreigners against the white Christian for going in there and recording and documenting. Much of the time, they're foreign cops, Officer Mohammed, Officer Singh, Officer Abdullah. These aren't your police officers of your father's generation. These are weaponized foreign invaders, foreign ethnics, weaponized against the white Christian population. America needs to stand up just like the UK. Look at the UK. They have their white George Floyd moment. When's America going to have their white, was it Charlie Kirk? When's America going to have their white George Floyd moment? Could have been Charlie Kirk. It'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. You know, when you've got ethnic minorities get better treatment than white people, all you can do is arm up and protect yourself. I'd recommend getting yourself a firearm, protect yourself, learn how to use it, practice with it. Because the police, they're not going to be there to help you. They've already shown that. The police are there weaponized against you as a white American. If you go out and try to defend yourself like Dalton Etherly, Chud the Builder, they're going to lock you up in a slammer. Throw a $1 million bail on you so you can't get out. So you're locked up with all these super predators so they can silence your voice, make you disappear, erase and replace you. Like Tennessee and that crooked judge and prosecutor trying to do to Dalton Etherly and Chud the Builder. Free Chud. Free Chud, another victim of the two-tier justice system, two-tier policing right here in America. It's not just in the UK. I know you're hearing it in other places. It's all over social media, people talking about it. You won't hear anything about it on the fake news mainstream media. The fake news media, they won't even mention Henry Nowak's name. They're calling for pure cold rage over the incident and demanding an end to anti-white prejudice in Britain, just like in America. The anti-white prejudice in America with the two-tier policing, with the tyrant cops in Jackson, Michigan, tyrant cops at Blackman Leone Police Department. They're two-tier policing, anti-white prejudice policing. It's not just in the UK with Henry Nowak. It's really starting to boil over in America. When will America have their white George Floyd moment? Will America have their white George Floyd moment? We'll find out. We'll see. Seems the white population, the white Native American Christians are reaching a boiling point. They want their mass deportations, illegal and legal, all 100 million plus, gotta go. They want it now. So, yeah, don't forget Henry Nowak, the UK, their white George Floyd moment, two-tier policing. It's right here in America. We've reached a boiling point. You gotta You know, who's responsible for the law enforcement in the country? You know, police having different standards for different communities. You know, it's almost that way in Michigan with Sharia law. Michigan is basically borderline Sharia law. Two-tier justice, two-tier policing. You've got Sharia judges. They enforce a different rule of law for Muslims in their courtroom. They enforce a different rule of law for policing on the streets with Muslims than they do for Christians. There's a completely different rule of law for Christian Americans, particularly white Christian Americans, especially in Michigan. I can speak for it, Michigan, Jackson, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan. There's two-tier justice system, two-tier policing. They even have body cameras with that speak 56 different foreign languages so they can continue aiding and abetting, harboring and concealing the illegal foreigner in Michigan, Jackson, Michigan, Black Leone, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. When are the white Christian Native Americans in America? When are you going to have reach your boiling point? When are you going to have your white George Floyd moment? When are you going to say enough is enough with two-tier policing, radical activist judges in America, like at the Jackson, Michigan D12 courthouse? Anyway, it'll be interesting to see. Smash that like tab, smash that subscribe tab. Brandon, welcome. I see you in there. We're talking white George Floyd. We're talking two-tier policing. We're talking 60 Minutes, hack, fired. 60 Minutes hack. CBS News fires 60-minute hack Scott Pelley after clash with a new producer. 60 Minutes hack Scott Pelley. He's just the latest. There's going to be more. You watch. Who's going to be the next mainstream media hack to get fired? CBX is cleaning house. There's a new media out there. It's called on X. It's called on YouTube. It's called the independent journalist, the citizen journalist, the content creator. Make sure you share these videos, like these videos, subscribe if you're new here. Consider a donation, help support the show, the podcast, the live stream. We're viewer funded, viewer support. Help support the most erased and replaced podcaster out there on social media today. You're at Freedom News Now. "60 Minutes hack out for lying." Of course he's been lying. Everyone's seen all the clips of him with Cho Zai-Dung lying constantly. Once CBS brought in their new director of operations in there, she started firing them. We talked some about this yesterday, where the illegal alien in Oklahoma on the toll roads ended 4 Americans. It was a tragedy, and all over social media. But much of the talk was about how the 4 occupants of the vehicle that were killed by this illegal driving the wrong way on a toll road, were 2 white girls and 2 blacks, Quincy and I don't know, DeQuincy and something, but talking about how it was 2 white women with 2 black guys, and like, oh, this illegal, maybe he wasn't so bad after all. He did America the favor. I don't know, man. It was pretty, some of the comments people were talking about. It's bad all the way around. You don't like to see this, but just the fact that it was two mud sharks, they were saying, 2 race traders, these white women selling out their race with these 2 black guys, 2 big black guys. They just happened to be the 4 that got killed in the accident. Yeah, people were just, some of the comments, yeah, it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad, but could have been worse. Man accused of causing crash that killed 4 in Oklahoma. Canadian County, Oklahoma, was an illegal alien. Miguel Salmon Rosario Cruz, accused of driving the wrong way down a tollway before striking a vehicle head on. Documents say Rosario Cruz was under the influence at the time of the crash. The 4 people inside, Kiersey Hickson, Quincy Jones, Brad Palmer, and Haley Salazar, were killed in the crash. Oh, so it sounds like a Mexican woman, Salazar. She might have been Mexican. I think she was white. Yeah. It's all these drivers, these foreign drivers. It's frightening driving on the highway anymore. Every single semi truck, 18-wheeler in Michigan. It's like you just want to get past it, stay away from them. You got Indians in them, Venezuelans, Chinese. None of them can speak English or read English. It's like, what's going on? Where's MDOT at? Where's the Michigan State Police at? Motor Carrier Division. Why do we got all these foreign illegals driving our semi trucks all over Michigan's highways? I mean, it's all over the country. What happened to Motor Carrier Division enforcement? It's terrifying on the highways, all these illegals, these foreigners that can't read, can't speak English, sub 70 IQ. They're basically retarded behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler, a semi truck. We got retards driving around semi trucks down I-94, up 127, down 75, down 23, packed full of foreign illegals, sub 70 IQ retards driving these massive 18-wheelers. Where's Motor Carrier Division? Where you at, State Police? Get them off the roads. You want to protect us American citizens? That'd be a good way to start. Instead of harassing video journalists, citizen journalists, instead of spying on Facebook accounts, instead of trying to censor YouTube accounts, citizen journalists, podcasters, Native American podcasters. How about you go after the real criminals? Then they'd have to do their job. They'd have to do some work. Problem is, one of the lieutenants overseeing it, or captains of the state police post, is Rene Gonzalez, a Mexican. You think he's going to go after his fellow Mexicans and Venezuelans that are driving these 18-wheelers, these semi-trucks? He'd rather go after the hardworking white Christian truck driver and arrest a white Christian truck driver for some minor violation. At least he can read and write. At least he can speak English. But they can get money out of him. They know where he lives. They know where his bank accounts are at. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's become war against the white Christian. It's not just Christian, it's the white man, the white Christian. Through two-tier policing, through two-tier justice, through ethnic policing, different rules, different laws for different ethnicities, different religions. Muslims face a different rule of law in Michigan and America than Christians face. They can literally have dozens of wives, dozens of kids, no matter what age. The woman can be any age. They can have, how do you think they can have so many kids? There's no restrictions on the age of their fertile women. There's no 75-year-old Jewish man, Jewish lawmaker sitting up at the state house telling the Christian men they can't reproduce with their fertile women until they're 18 years old. They can start reproducing with their women when God says they're fertile, not when some 75-year-old Jewish lawmaker says your Christian women are fertile. That's all about the great replacement. It's all about erase and replace the white Christian Native American with these laws. Those laws are only applied towards the white Christian. Every other race and religion, the Jewish religion, the Muslim religion, they can start reproducing with their women once they become fertile. When God says they're fertile, not when some 75-year-old Jewish lawmaker says they're fertile only at 18 years old. Many women are fertile at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, even younger nowadays, older and younger. With all the hormones they put in the food nowadays, some people are saying women are coming fertile younger than that. But Christian men, they go to prison. They're stigmatized, go to prison for the rest of their life. And you got other Christians falling for it. That's why they're being white genocided. They're falling for it. They don't want to reproduce with their fertile women until they're 30, 40 years old, when they're all egg cartons are empty and all dried and cracked up. By the time these white Christian women want to reproduce, they're empty egg cartons. They got about 100 bodies on them, 200 bodies on them. By the time they're 18, 19 years old, they got 10, 20, 30 bodies on them. They're 10 Ds deep. 10 Ds deep. It's like, how are they going to have kids now? It's all about white replacement, white genocide. You can't have kids until your women are past their most fertile stages. You'll be erased and replaced, all you Christians. Meanwhile, two-tier justice, different rule of law for ethnic minorities, for the Muslims, for the Jewish population. They can have kids at any age. They can start impregnating, reproducing with their fertile women. They can be any age. They don't have to wait until they're 18, like Christian rule of law. It's all by design. It's all meant to erase and replace all you white Christians. You're not even able to reproduce with your women until they're old and dried up. 200 bodies on them. It's not looking good. All you base chads out there, you need to get out there and rise up. Do your part. Stand up, stand by. Protect your blood. Protect your soil. Protect your Christian identity. Now is the time. Will you have your white George Floyd moment in America like the UK's having right now? Because of the two-tier policing, two-tier justice? We shall see. We shall see if we don't get our mass deportations, mass remigrations. America may have their white George Floyd moment if we don't clean up all these tyrant cops, the two-tier policing, the ethnic policing. Got to clean it up. You got to do your part. Every time you see the foreigners out in 7-Eleven, you see them out speaking Mexican. You see the Indians out, call 911, get the police out there, record it, and document this two-tier policing. If you want to see more examples of two-tier policing out of Michigan, go watch our videos. Go watch. We've got hundreds of videos exposing two-tier policing in Jackson, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, exposing the police, the traitor cops, tyrant cops, selling out the white Christian Native Americans, selling out we the people for the foreign invaders. We're going to wrap this video up. With that, we're going to wrap this video up, and that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for police accountability, civil rights education YouTube videos, and I'll see you on the next one.